Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of a research video from Metro Athletics. And today, we will be going over Anthony Davis. Now, Anthony Davis has been a crucial part of the Los Angeles Lakers for the last 5 seasons. He's been the Robin to LeBron James' Batman. At his best, he could be the Batman. And LeBron could finally take his foot off the gas and let that transition happen. The issue is, that hasn't been the case yet. That's what the majority of media figures say, at least. Anthony Davis's career has always been built around the idea of potential. But we've never fully seen that potential beyond glimpses, okay? So some of these potential narratives include, he has the potential to be the best player in the world. He has the potential to win an MVP. He has the potential to win a Defensive Player of the Year. He has the potential to take over the reins from LeBron. These are all narratives that Anthony Davis has never completed. Why is that? Well, in this video today, I'll be breaking down Anthony Davis's NBA career thus far and put together my theory on why I don't believe Anthony Davis will ever complete these narratives. Before I get into this video, though, I do want to say one thing. This video is not meant to attack Anthony Davis or even take shots at him in any way. I do love Anthony Davis's game, and when he's healthy, he has been one of the best and most exciting players in the NBA. This video is simply a theory. It's what I've witnessed myself. It's what I've compiled together in my own research, and what I believe is the answer to that theory on why he will never take over the reins from LeBron in the way that we want him to as the fans. Now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram and X at Metro Athletics, spelled just like the YouTube channel name is, if you want to see more from me over here at Metro Athletics. With that being said, let's jump in. Anthony Davis is from Chicago, Illinois, where he was born on March 11th, 1993, and from his early life, he always looked up to LeBron James. When asked about his favorite players growing up, he said, "As a kid, James and Michael Jordan were the 2 guys I admired. I didn't get a chance to watch Michael Jordan live, but I watched LeBron a lot after he entered the league, and he was the guy that I looked up to." He even wore the number 23 in college and with the Pelicans because of LeBron. What's really interesting about Anthony Davis's early life isn't about who he looked up to, though, or what number he wore. It was about his growth and how he tackled that growth. For those of you who don't know, Anthony Davis in his freshman year of high school was 5'11". In his junior year, he was 6'3", and in his senior year, he was 6'10". So basically, in 3 years of high school, he went from 5'11" to 6'10". He grew 7 inches in just 1 year, which is legitimately unreal. Anthony Davis's parents were on the taller side, with his father being around 6'3" and his mother around 5'11". But neither of them were even close to what he grew to be in such a short amount of time. He was already playing basketball when he was on the shorter side, but his freakish growth allowed for him to truly become a great prospect heading into college. Now, just being tall isn't enough to be great at a game, though. You have to develop your skills, your shooting, defense, dribbling, passing, and you have to build your body in the weight room, especially at that height. And that's exactly what AD did. You hear about athletes coming in out of shape all the time, but he went to Kentucky and he built up his body to fit his height. He got his weight up to around 220 pounds and showed a lot of potential to be a future NBA superstar. And after just 1 season with Kentucky, AD averaged about 15 points and 10 rebounds. With the right development teams, Anthony Davis was believed to be the type of player to build around and to lead your team to the promised land. Whoever won the 2012 draft lottery was going to be happy, regardless, okay? AD was the undoubted first pick. This draft class, in retrospect, was not the greatest. It was very, very top-heavy. Obviously, AD was number 1. But outside of him was Bradley Beal, Dame, Harrison Barnes, and Andre Drummond. This class was full of role players who really wouldn't last too long in this league. It was mostly just for superstars to all-star potential. AD, Beal, Lillard, Drummond at his peak. And Anthony Davis was selected number 1 overall by the New Orleans Hornets, now known as the Pelicans, as of April 2013. And some of the expectations AD had coming into the league were, could he live up to his superstar potential? Could he improve his offensive game? Could he build more weight? And he definitely did all those things. He became one of the most built players in the NBA, and he became one of the best scoring big men the NBA has ever seen. Now, let's get into the fun stuff. So for his NBA career, AD's rookie year, he averaged 13 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks per game. He played 64 games and proved he had a lot of potential. Now, I'm not going to go over every season in depth. As you watch more of these videos, you will find that that's just not something I really like to do. But in AD's tenure with the Pels, these are the most notable things to happen. July 2013, they acquired Jrue Holiday via trade with the Philadelphia 76ers. February 2017, they acquire DeMarcus Cousins in a trade with the Sacramento Kings. And that's about it. The issue with New Orleans is that the Pelicans just never had the right pieces around him. They missed the playoffs 5 out of the 7 seasons he was there. No one can blame AD too much for the lack of success with the Pelicans. They never surrounded him with the right players. His best season was his 6th year in the league in 2017-2018. He averaged 28 points, 11 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and 3 blocks per game, proving to be one of the best offensive players and best defensive players in the game. That season, he led the Pelicans to a 48-34 record, their best season since 2010-2011. Now, they did lose 5 games in the second round to the Golden State Warriors, though. Now that time has passed, and AD has been with the Lakers for the last 5 seasons, people don't really remember his tenure with the Pelicans as well as they should. AD was the best big man in the world, okay, without a doubt. DeMarcus Cousins was close. He definitely was for a while there, but then he got injured after they teamed up and they just kind of fell out. But this was at a time where the center power forward positions seemed to be dying. You see, this was the time when the Golden State Warriors were dominating the NBA. Small ball seemed to be the only recipe for success. So having a guy like AD on your team was helpful, of course, but teams wanted shooting. AD could shoot the ball pretty well for a big man, but he wasn't like Porzingis, a unicorn. For those of you who don't know or aren't aware of what the unicorn actually is, it's basically a slim, tall center/power forward who could dribble the ball well and shoot the three-pointer. For a while there, it looked like that was the type of center that every team would need in order to succeed in this league. AD showed glimpses of this kind of play. In his rookie year, he averaged 0.1 three-point attempts per game, and he shot 0% from 3. In his best year in 2017-18, he got all the way up to 34% three-point percentage while shooting 2 threes a game. He's declined on three-point attempts and three-point percentages since then, but it's not necessarily because he's gotten worse at shooting threes since joining the Lakers in 2019-2020. The Lakers just utilize him very differently than the Pelicans, and that need for a unicorn or a big man like that really isn't what it used to be at all. It's just seemed like for so long, this was the style of play that every team would need to succeed. That fizzled out close to the 2020s, basically in the 2020s. So, Anthony Davis requested a trade to the Los Angeles Lakers in January 2019, and one of the funniest things happened, if those of you were not there when it happened. So this was about, I believe, the first or second year. This isn't a part of my research. I'm just going off on a tangent here. This is when the All-Star Game, they started doing drafts, and they televised the draft live on TV, and LeBron was the captain, and he selected Anthony Davis, and it was just one of the funniest things. I will roll the clip on screen now.
Time, I gotta go with Chris Middleton. Cash Money.
With my first pick in the second round, I'm going with Anthony Davis.
You sure you want him to be your teammate?
I'm very sure of that.
Isn't that tampering?
No. Shots fired, and you're up.
Tampering rules does not apply on All-Star Weekend.
Go ahead, Freak.
So yeah, you can see the seeds were there. we all knew this was coming, and in the summer of 2019, he was finally traded to the Lakers in a move that surprised absolutely no one. AD was traded to the Lakers for a package of 3 players, 3 first-round picks, and a couple of second-rounders. The players were as follows: Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart. The picks were the number 4 pick in the 2019 NBA draft, which became DeAndre Hunter, who was traded for the 8th pick, Jackson Hayes, to the Atlanta Hawks. Yikes. A few second-rounders, 2023 best pick swap protected pick, and a 2024 unprotected first-rounder, which can be deferred to 2025. Based off of the Lakers' season this far, I doubt it'll be deferred. AD joined the Lakers and donned the number 3, while LeBron continued to wear number 23. But he promised to switch to number 6 and gift number 23 to AD. But AD refused to switch his number. He kind of wanted his own thing. LeBron still went on to switch numbers for some time, but has since gone back to 23 due to Bill Russell's passing in 2022. AD wants to see number 3 retired for the Lakers and doesn't want to make the switch. Understandably so. Number 3 is his number, and sharing a number with LeBron, especially after winning a championship in 2020, is just something he doesn't want. The Lakers went on to have a very strong 2019-20 season, and despite the NBA suspending the season in March 2020 due to COVID-19 and resuming in the bubble later on that year, they still went on to win the championship and bring banner number 17 to LA. The Lakers, they seemed on top of the NBA world at that point. They had built the perfect team around the duo of LeBron and Anthony Davis, with role players like Kyle Kuzma, Alex Caruso, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So, what the hell happened? Well, the Lakers traded their depth away, refusing to re-sign key role players like Caruso, and they've dealt with injuries ever since then between LeBron and Anthony Davis. Now, AD seemed to become really injury-prone after the bubble. It got to the point where it seriously became a meme that AD would do anything, go for a layup, rebound, walk, and he would just get hurt. In the 2022-2023 season, though, AD really stepped up, and he was helping lead the Lakers after Russell Westbrook was traded away. And it seemed that he was not only the best player on the Lakers, but one of the top 3 players in the world behind Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. That didn't last, though. Despite being on his way to his first Defensive Player of the Year, he got hurt yet again, and he no longer qualified for the award. Not only that, but AD just hasn't been that dominant since. So finally, we see the answer to the question at the beginning of the video. Could he live up to his potential, as in be that MVP, be the superstar, be the possible best player of the world? And he was there for a brief moment. But then he got hurt. Didn't look that dominant since. He's still good. He's still great player. But it just wasn't there. You had to witness it to fully understand how great he was with the Lakers last season. Now, he's statistically having a similar season as last year. Very different than if you're actually watching the Lakers play. Okay, he's playing differently now than he was a year ago, when he was at his best. But according to the numbers, it's a very similar season. But that dominant leadership just isn't there. He is the best player on the Lakers right now, in my opinion, as he is more consistent than LeBron at this point. LeBron has glimpses, flashes of being that best player on the team. But what do you expect? The man is almost 40 years old. He's the best player by default. Anthony Davis is. But it's not translating to winning. The Lakers are having a bad season yet again in the LeBron and AD era. And even though they have one championship under their belt, it's really unfortunate to see, because this duo should be destined for greater things beyond a title in their first year, and that's it. It's crazy. It's crazy to say that, in my opinion, the LeBron and Anthony Davis era has been very underwhelming. Part of it's due to LeBron's age, but the other part is this team just hasn't been that great ever since their first championship. That first season the Lakers had, they were on top of the world, like I said before. They were amazing. Before the bubble, when the season got suspended, I think everybody could agree it was either the Lakers or Clippers winning the title that year, without a doubt. And it went on to be the Lakers. Ever since then, that was their peak. Their first year was their peak. And here we are now, going through trade rumors for LeBron. Now the trade deadline is passed as of the time I'm recording this. But LeBron might not be on the team next year. The Lakers were unwilling to make a move at the trade deadline. Anthony Davis, there's only so much he can do, but he needs to step up, be a dominant leader, help elevate this team to the next level. I hope something changes for the Lakers. I'm not a Lakers fan at all. Don't get me wrong. But I do want to see this Lakers team succeed, as I believe in Anthony Davis and LeBron. But as far as the team overall, I just don't see it. So the Lakers are a mess. And at this point, I don't really know what can be done. Overhauling the roster, trading for DeJounte Murray, or a player of that caliber just doesn't seem like enough at this point. Anthony Davis was destined to be an NBA superstar since he got in the league. And during his early days in New Orleans, and some of the time with the Lakers, he definitely was a superstar. But he wasn't the superstar he should have been. And he should have gotten at least one defensive player, or even an MVP in his career, but he didn't get it. His style of play just hasn't translated to winning consistently. Now, I've accepted who AD is, and it's not a bad thing at all. He's a perfect second option on a championship team. Sometimes he's a perfect third option on a championship team. He's a Hall of Famer without a doubt, and he's an NBA champion. We can never take that away from him. I hope something spectacular happens for him in his future, but I just don't see it at this point. Now, I have nothing in respect for Anthony Davis, and I've been grateful to be able to witness someone as talented as him in his career, but I'm just overall disappointed with how this has played out overall. So, what do you all think? Am I wrong in my opinions of AD? Was my argument not strong enough? Let me know in the comments. Please, please, please critique me. I hope you all enjoyed my research on Anthony Davis. This was another fun project. And as always, please leave a like and be sure to subscribe to Metro Athletics.